All right.
Now. Step aside or be crushed. Don't be surprised if we meet again.
Son of a bitch. Alright, well that sucks. Where's the removal I was looking for?
Only a fool stands in
There we go. I need a black source. Okay, well.
I'm still here. It's pain is our game. Pity we couldn't have been allies.
Yeah! That's nice. I like when that happens. Alright. He did not like that at all. Boy, I like this quite a bit where it is. I think I throw in a couple of moments of craving. And I think I'm going to take out the duress and throw in a couple thought erasers. I don't think I need the search for Escanta. I think the incubation druids might be a little. Maybe leave 2 of those in. Throw in another thought erasure. Let's see how this works. I think I like this how it is. Actually, I think I'll take those out and put in 1, 2 of those and 2 of those. Okay, that's good. I think the Thorn Lieutenants, they're good chump blockers, but they're not really, in this matchup, he's got the Death Score Gorgers, he's got Jade Light Rangers, those don't, block well, so obviously I'm not trading, they're chump blockers, and I need something that's going to kill his creatures. At least trade with them. So let's see. We got Knight of Autumn, Growth Chambers. We got some removal. We got this. I think I will try this and hope for a land fairly quickly. Looking for land. Oh, that's okay. Well, not understanding what that. There we go. There's a land. I wish it would have been blue, but. So we're trading back and forth.
The day is yours.
Watery Grave would be great right now because that would give me double black, and it would give me a blue. Okay. I do have double black. Okay, good. This will probably get removed fairly quickly. Go ahead. I need a mortify. I need a mortify. He plays Plague Crafter here. I can, I need a Mortify. And a blue source. Here's my blue source. Perfect. He could have Azaraxi's Trophy or possibly Velasquez's Contempt.
I'm known for my excellent fight. Keep up the pace.
So I will pay the 2 life. That's a win. Very good, very good, very good. That worked out perfectly. Back to Diamond Tier 3. Alright. I like the way the deck, I mean obviously that's just one round there, but I'm really liking this deck, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to take a moment to showcase this deck. Basically, what I did is I took an Abzan deck list and added blue for a 4-color mid-range deck. Reason why I added blue is obviously for sideboard, for control, because as a mid-range deck does well against control, But if you can sideboard into counter spells and things like that, you have an advantage. Not only do you have the creatures, but then you have the abilities to negate or absorb their planeswalkers and their counter spells. So if you get the mana on the board and you're able to control the situation, you become more of a control creature deck, then you have a better chance. So Abzan is very, very powerful because it's good against with removal, and it has good creatures, but it tends to fare poorly against Sultai mid-range because they have a larger creature base and then the Esper control. And mid-range is more developed against little aggro decks, So anyway, I also got an advantage because I was able to, in the main deck, still keep a good creature base and removal base, but then also be able to add with the blue mana, search for Escanta, which can be very, very, everybody knows it can be very important in a control matchup. And Teferi. I could add Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, in the main deck, which makes this deck that much more powerful. Obviously, when you're able to do things that Esper can do, and then also things that Esper cannot do, and same thing with Sultai midrange, and some of these other control decks, they focus more on the control, but they don't have any creatures, or they have massive removal, but very few ways to do damage to their opponent. They are trying to just control the situation and basically make you quit. Frustrate you and make you quit. So this deck can frustrate you and make you quit, but it can also do a significant amount of damage, and it can also remove and control you that way. So very powerful deck. So let's go into it real quick. I will go into the sideboard first. Obviously, most of this is conventional, but obviously the 3 negate with the blue mana there. 2 Moment of Cravings. That is for mono, all the mono-colored aggro decks. It's also good against Sultai midrange because if they drop a Jade Light Ranger and you Moment of Craving, then you're killing it before it has time to build and adapt or explore. It still explores if there's a Wild Growth Walker on the board, but it removes it before it becomes a 4/3, which is out of reach for Moment of Craving, which only does a -2/-2. Then we have a Thought Erasure. A Thought Erasure is obviously for removal before it's played to the board. So I can look at their hand and remove things that I believe are going to be crucial against my deck before they have time to even play them. 2 of the Cry of the Carnarium. A lot of people play this in their main deck for Abzan control or Abzan midrange. So I put it in the sideboard. If I'm facing White Weenie or mono blue, or things that are smaller aggro, quick aggro decks, I can sub this in, maybe instead of the cast down or whatever. So I had some people might wonder why I don't play the absorb in the main deck. Well, because I'm not playing against control. My main deck is playing against aggro. It's trying to be quick, it's trying to be powerful, it's trying to get on the board and do damage, and then in the late game control. So Absorb is something that I only need really against Sultai. It could be good against Sultai midrange, but mainly it's in there for your Esper controls and your anything that tries to control the situation where I would need Absorb. But against aggro, I don't it's not absolutely necessary to have it. And in some cases, like Sultai mid-range, I might sub in Absorb, but it's mainly here for Esper control, Teferi control, things like that. Maybe decks that try to mill you. I think of the blue enchantment that comes in the late game. If I happen to see that, my mind's going blank, so I'm going to go in here and find it. So, patient rebuilding, thank you. I think of patient rebuilding, they're becoming popular, the mill decks. And so, but it doesn't come in until turn 5, sometimes 4, depending on if it's in a Simic deck. Could even possibly come in 3 if you got growth spirals and stuff like that. So anyway, if I'm playing against something like that, then I'm definitely throwing in the Absorb, because that's one thing I'm going to try to absorb before it hits the board. So anyway, back to what I was doing here. Go back to this. And this, okay. And then I have one Immortal Sun. I'm sorry, go back. I have one Kaira's Wrath. That's if I'm feeling like I'm just getting overwhelmed. They're throwing out so many creatures. I think of White Weenie, Azorius Weenie, which is becoming popular. The Sultai mid-range. They get so many creatures, and they have, because of the, with the Sultai mid-range, they have so much ramp, and then with the Azorius and White Weenie, their mana base is so low, their mana curve is like a 2, and they can pretty much play anything, 3 mana, and they can play anything in their deck. If I'm feeling like I'm getting overwhelmed, along with the Cry of Carnarium, the Moment of Craving, I might throw in the Kaya's Wrath. So I have a one of that, because obviously I'm creature-based too, so I don't want to be killing my creatures as much as possible. But if I'm getting overwhelmed, I'll throw in the Kaya's Wrath. Also, the Immortal Sun. This is if I'm going against a Super Friends deck or something that plays quite a bit of Planeswalker. Either that or something that is mild creature based, that I'm having problems trading or being able to overwhelm my opponent. Then if I'm having a card advantage problem, things like that. Obviously, if they're playing Super Friends or Planeswalker decks, they usually have ways to remove the Immortal Sun, but it gives me one extra card to prevent things from happening. And you'll see in my main deck where Immortal Sun would work perfectly with other things in my main deck. So I do have a one of that. And again, it not only pumps up your creatures, spells cost 1 less. That's a huge benefit. You draw an additional card, another huge benefit. And nobody can activate Planeswalker loyalty points, which is a huge benefit if you're up against a Planeswalker deck. So, let's see. I'm going to go back to the main deck, and I'm going to switch to this look. In the main deck, we have 2 Duress. Obviously, Duress is in there to deal with Planeswalkers, and also any card that I believe might remove things from my hand that I need to work with. So the rest can come in any point. I prefer it to come in the initial couple of turns, but it can help in the late game too. If you feel like, oh man, I don't have a Vraska's Contempt in hand, I don't have an Assassin's Trophy in hand, and he's at turn 4, and I draw Duress, and I know that on my opponent's next turn they're going to throw down a land and possibly put the Teferi out, or a Vraska's, or any type of a Planeswalker, Nisa, then, it's good. You draw the Duress, you hit your opponent and pull that card out of their hand. So anyway, my 2 mana creature base are all, beneficial 2 mana spells. You have your growth chamber that can become 4/4s. They can also search for more growth chambers. You have your incubation druid. I have 3 of those. 4 of the growth chamber, 3 of the incubation druid. 3, the ramp. Not only if they stay on the board, then they become even more ramp. When you adapt them, they become a 3/5 that's a little harder to deal with. So not only can they, do a possible 3 points of damage, but they also become 3 mana of any card that you have, any mana land that you have on the board. So that become very beneficial for ramp. And then I have 4 of Thorn Lieutenants. At first, these are just, chump blockers or good blockers for mono red and white weenie. But then in the later game, they can become 6/7 that can take care of things like Carnage Tyrant and other big creatures, and they can also do crazy damage. They can take care of Teferi in 1 hit in the later game if they stay established on the board. So Thorn Lieutenant become a nasty creature to deal with. Not only that, but if they kill it, I still have a chump blocker because it makes a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token if it is targeted by a spell or an ability the opponent controls. And this includes Lava Coil and Vraska's Contempt, because as soon as they target the Thorn Lieutenant, even if it doesn't kill it, for instance, even if they play Shock, it creates the 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. So if they play 2 Shocks on it, the Thorn Lieutenant dies, but you have 2 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens on the board. So that can be very beneficial to your board status. So I have 2 Search for Escanta. These are, obviously once it flips, you can look for Teferi or Lyre Dawnbringer or Vraska's Contempt or an Assassin's Trophy or a Cast Down or whatever you happen to need. You take the top 4 cards and you pick which one you want. Maybe you need a land. It also helps you scry your deck, so that way while you're waiting for it to flip, you can decide, hey, I need to get a creature here, and so the top card is a land. You can throw it into the library or the graveyard and possibly get a land on the next card. So we all know Search for Escanta is a powerful control card. So we have 2 Cast Downs. We have 2 Assassin's Trophies. Obviously, Cast Downs can't deal with legendary creatures. However, in the early game, you don't normally see a whole lot of legendary creatures except for green, white, and things like that. So, so to have 2 of them is nice. 2 Assassin's Trophies can take care of anything on the board. They can even deal with dual lands or basic lands, which you probably wouldn't want to use them on basic lands because they draw a basic land card. But if you're going up against say your gate decks, a lot of them don't have basic land. And so, if you don't feel like you have anything else for Assassin's Trophy to really take out, which, obviously Guild Summit is a good thing, and the Rams, Gateway Breaker Rams, and the Flying Life Gain, Archway Angels, things like that, Assassin's Trophy in a gate deck, but so maybe you might want to take out a gate and see if they have basic lands, because if they don't, you're taking a mana source away from them. So anyway, Assassin's Trophy is just great for Planeswalkers or anything. They can even take out enchantment. They can take out artifacts, creatures. I mean, anything on the board, an Assassin's Trophy can kill of your opponents. Knight of Autumn, just a very strong card. Not only can it become a 4/3 creature for you, if you choose, it can stay a 2/1, and it can target an artifact or enchantment and remove them, which is really good against enchantment and artifact decks. Or if you're playing against, say, mono red and you need a life gain or whatever, so you can keep it a 2/1 as a chump blocker and gain 4 life, which can give you possibly sometimes an extra turn or two to come up with other answers for the board. We have a 3 of Mortify. Most of your Abzan decks only play 2 Mortify. I play 3. The reason why is because Cast Down cannot take care of legendary. Mortify can. So if I use that on a legendary creature, then I also want to have 1 or 2 more to deal with enchantments. And obviously I have a 3 of Knight of Autumn that can deal with enchantments, but sometimes you might want to use that for life gain, or give it the +2/+1 counters to make a bulky creature for trades and possibly to overwhelm the opponent's creature base. So I added in a 3rd Mortify because I believe that you need 3. They usually play a 1 of Chalet, and so do I. It not only pumps your creatures in the late game, but it also makes everything except for Chalet hexproof, including yourself, which is good against mono red because then they cannot throw, or actually mono red and other decks that try to hit you to the face with burn spells. It stops that. It also stops Settle the Wreckage because they cannot target you while Chalet is on the board. So if you have a Chalet on the board, you can attack at will and not worry about Settle the Wreckage or burn spells. Anything that is directed or targeting the player, you have hexproof. So this is an outstanding card to have 1 of in the deck. I have 2 Seraph of the Scales. Again, powerful card. It's got more than one good thing about this card. Number 1, it's flying. Number 2, it can attack and then stay vigilant. So if you pay 1 white mana, not only can it attack, but then it still stays up for blocking on the opponent's turn. It also, if you have a black mana source available, it becomes Death Touch. So anything that's bigger than Seraph of the Scales, like a Carnage Tyrant or a big flyer, as long as they do not have first strike, they die. Well, you say, well, I'm going to lose Seraph of the Scales also. Well, yeah, but guess what? Seraph of the Scales has Afterlife too, which creates you 2 1/1 flyers. So, as much as you do not want Seraph of the Scales off the board, if you do have to take her off the board to protect yourself, it gives you 2 more 1/1 flying creatures as chump blockers, which is really beneficial in keeping you in control and keeping your ability to stay in the game and possibly draw what you need. I have 2 Verascus Contempts. Obviously, we know what they're for. They're not only creature removal, planeswalker removal, but they also gain you 2 life, which is outstanding to keep you going. I have most of your Abzan mid-range, other mid-range, they play 1 of the Lyra Dawnbringer. I chose to play 2 of them. The reason being is I like this card to be on the board. Well, once it hits the board, there's a lot of, because it's in the late game when it does hit the board, there's a lot of ways to remove it. And so I like to have the ability to have another one in my deck because this tends to not stay on the board very long against any control or any creature removal decks. It's going to get killed almost immediately, if not immediately the next turn. And once you pull some of their removal and bait out some of their removal, having a second Lyra to come onto the board is great. So, also, like I said when I was explaining the sideboard, I am pro main deck against aggro. So Lyra Dawnbringer coming in against an aggro deck is great. So I have 2 of those. And then 3 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, one of the most broken planeswalkers in history of Magic the Gathering. This card speaks for itself. We all know why it's in the deck. We all know why people use Teferi. And it's just a. I mean, I've got people that actually quit. They will be ahead in the matchup, and as soon as Teferi hits the board, they absolutely concede. Because they know that if I have ways to protect it, it's just one of the most unbeatable cards in Magic the Gathering. I mean, there's ways to beat it, obviously, but if you can't deal with it, then it's game over pretty quickly. My mana base is pretty much all the shock lands. I have 1 breeding pool. I'm going to be changing this in today's. I've decided that I want a few more of the shock land, and to give myself a little bit more blue mana sources, because I've been having problems getting blue to show up in my first 3 or 4 turns, and I need at least 1 for Search for Escanta and Teferi. So, I'm going to switch over to this layout, and I'm going to go ahead and make my changes. I do not really need white till the end, so I'm going to take one of my planes out, and I will add 1 breeding pool, and I will add 1 watery grave and take out 1 forest. So I will also add 1 hollowed fountain and take out the one of the swamps. So the creature base is pretty much, especially in the early game, is pretty much all green. So that's why I have the 2 forests. And I want to be overwhelmingly green, but I also want to be able to play Vraska's Contempt and Dawnbringer, who double black, double white sources. Everything else is single sources, but Vraska's and Lyra Dawnbringer are double. So I definitely want some extra land in there for that. So other than that, this is the deck, and we will get into it. I already played 1 best of 3 and 1. I did fairly well with this deck yesterday, so without further ado, we are going to start playing this deck. I hope everybody's having a good week. I'm glad it is Thursday. I look forward to Friday through Thursday because I work nights, and Thursday night is my Friday night. So I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I go back to work on Monday night. So we don't have any viewers yet, but a lot of people work during the day. So I noticed that a lot of my viewers start showing up after 1 o'clock, so we'll see what happens. And I will play first. And I have a couple Growth Chamber Guardians. So I'm hoping I develop this land base, but I'm going to... I've got at least 2-3 turns, so we'll see what happens. I will keep this. See what we're playing against to decide. What I'm playing against will decide whether or not that was a good decision or not. Hermelindo. Hermelindo. Or Hermelindo. Okay, we got Pelt Collector. Turn 1, Growth Chamber. Imagine I'm going to see a 2 power to make Pelt Collector 2 power. Gutter Bones, there we go. 2 makes a 2. And I will trade with Pelt Collector because I do not want him to get any bigger. And see, people think, you know, normally in a mid-range deck, you're trying to keep Growth Chamber. These are chump blockers. I want Lyra out. I want Chalet out. I want Teferi out. Those are my closers. This is just a way to keep myself going. I can't use that yet. Okay, so I'll do this. So I will not be chump blocking the Gutter Bones because it'll just come back onto the board. So I will defer to the opponent and let him do his 2 damage. Yep, you will. I will take 2. I got rid of the Pelt Collector. I didn't mind chump blocking it because of the fact that it can grow to be big. I'm going to try to attack here first. He might shock it, which is fine. I still kill the Crawler Pruner. Well, I don't kill it, but okay, that's fine. Take action. It's still gonna die, and I still get another Growth Chamber. All right. My opponent has board advantage, but I have card advantage at this point. I will play this, and I will play this. And this could get removed right away because people do not like to see Chalet on the board because she is so powerful and stopping everything except for her from being targeted. Yep, but that's exactly what I wanted to see because now I'm pulling removal. I'm pulling burn and things to the face, and I will take that hit. Oh, that was... I don't know why my opponent did that. I don't. I need a white mana source. But we're going to go ahead and attack. Throw another Growth Chamber. Adapt it because they cannot target it. And grab our last... Oh, we already have our last one. Okay, no big deal. So now I have a blocker. So... yeah, it becomes a 2/2. I'm going to go ahead and just take damage. Okay. First, I'm going to throw Thorn on the board. Then I'm going to throw this on the board and gain 4 life. Which is going to frustrate my opponent. There we go. They don't like to see all their efforts being taken away. Okay, so we definitely want our Moments of Craving here. One of Cry, the Carnarium. Would like to have the Thought Erasures. And a couple of negates. I will take out... the Incubation Druids. We'll take out the Search for Skanta. I will take out the Teferis. I'm dealing with mad creature base, so I do not necessarily need the Duress. I'd rather have the thought erasures. And that allows me to put in the Immortal Sun, because I took out the Teferi. And I will throw in one of the Kaya's Wrath. Again, this is a large creature base that I'm going up against. So I want to make sure that I don't get overwhelmed. So I'm going to throw the Kaya's Wrath in there. And I believe that's it. So this looks good. I will play this. Hopefully have as much luck in game 2 as we did in game 1. I did do a video of this deck, so it is on YouTube, on MTG, I'm sorry, Badazz77 MtGArena, that you can look at. But I also wanted to use this in my live stream. Yeah, I've got the early. I need a black source, but I've got 3 playable cards here. I prefer to start off with 3 land. Obviously, I want every land possibility that I need, but you know, it is what it is. Again with the Pelt Collector. This is why I have Moment of Craving, but I need a black mana source to use it. So, looks like our opponent either is being deliberate or did not draw land. Nope, they're being deliberate. Okay. Alright, now it's a 2-2. Yes. I need black mana. No, that's not black mana. Okay, so next best thing, we throw out jump blockers. So I will click 2 life because I can't keep taking 4 or 5 points of damage. He's probably got removal. Hopefully it's an Assassin's Trophy, and if it is, that's beautiful because then I get my black mana source. I will block this. I have no problem with that. Makes that a 3-3. Okay, so now he's out of Moment of Craving. But that's okay. Because I need to try a tuner off the board. We're going to take 3 here. Hey, Gucci, how are you? Nice to have you back on stream. Welcome back. There's my black mana source. I will play K2. And I am going to adapt this. And I am going to stay happy. No attacks. If he removes the Growth Chamber, then my next turn I'll have to deal with the Pelt Collector. Because I can't keep taking 3 points of damage. Thanks for stopping by, Gooch. I know things get busy for you. Now that you're back to work.
Hear me, monsters.
Oh boy, okay.
Your crew for my freedom.
Alright. What do I do here? I think I definitely mortify the Pelt Collector. And then I hope for a way to deal with Ingrith, because he's going to do 2 points of damage to me here.
No fire, no steel.
Now, the reason why I didn't put Lyra on the board is because he could gain control of the creature, even though it's not able to be sacrificed because it's not 3 or less converted mana base. It still would have done 5 damage to me, which would have been end of the game. It's still not looking very good for me, but I wasn't going to give him the easy out. So I will get rid of a Growth Chamber here. And that's exactly what I needed.
Make all
sail for high
Perfect.
and dry.
Now, as long as he doesn't draw another Angrath, we have a chance here to stay alive. Sorry, I've not been around, but I am trying. Yeah, no problem, Gucci. Hey, man, life comes first. Family, God, life. This is a game, so no worries, mate. No worries. You take care of life, and when you can come by and say hi, I greatly appreciate the support, and I very much look forward to seeing you when you're able to come around. And if you're not able to come around, hey, no hard feelings, man. No big deal. There's going to be days where you're going to want to stream me, and I unfortunately am going to be busy. So if he's got removal, the game's over. But I had to try. I need to gain life, so I had to put Lyra on the board. If he has a way to remove her, then so be it. Nothing I can do about that. All right. I think I number one, I attack. Number two, I get the Knight of Autumn on the board. Why can't I? Green, white, blue. Oh, how did I do that? Well, that was dumb. Okay, that was a bad... How do I reverse it? Ah, full control maybe? This green. I don't know how to reverse the... Why can I play this? That was dumb. That was stupid, Tim. I made a huge error. I thought combat was over. That was a very big mistake on my part. That was a dumb mistake. So I will have to do this again. Because I tried to deal with creatures during my combat stage. I had that game pretty much in hand. I had everything I needed in hand to win. But that's what happens when you get quick. So I will play first. I just wish I got a better... wish I would get better opening hands. I gotta try to... See, this is what I don't like about Arena. I just don't get their whole... I love Arena, don't get me wrong. But I don't get why you have so many problems. Either you develop too much land or not enough land, and it happens constantly. In Paper Magic, I don't deal with this much land problems. Yes, I have times where I have to mulligan. Yes, I have times where I get flooded. But nowhere near what I deal with on this game. Okay. Imagine I'll see a crawl opener here. Always good to see my main man Gucci. I don't mind that. If he casts, ooh. Maybe I deal with that. That becomes a 4/4. See, I'm controlling the board with... That's why I like Thorn. Thorny controls the board with... I mean, you got 3 creatures and he won't attack me. Just because I have Thorn on the board and he doesn't want to lose a Pelt Collector or a Gutter Bones. As in missing land drops, that could be very beneficial for me. Very beneficial. I mean, I hate that it's sad for the opponent, but... Oh, that's a good card to have, but I doubt if he has more than 2. Might have 3, but he's used 2, so that's good for us. Oh, one more. One more mana, and I get Lyra on the board. If he keeps missing land drops, I think the opponent will start attacking, just because he's gonna get frustrated. Gruul Spellbreaker is not good. Does he +1 it? Yes, he does. Do I deal with the Pelt Collector or the Gruul Spellbreaker? He's got hexproof. I think I have to deal with the Pelt Collector. I'd like to keep the Vraska for his Planeswalkers, but I can't have that much. There we go. There we go. There we go. One more mana and this becomes a 6/7, so... As long as he doesn't have ways to remove Lyra, we're in good shape. I'd like to see more mana here. I think I'd go ahead and attack. Because if he removes Lyra, I'm going to kick myself in the butt for not gaining the the life when I could. Because now we're going to be taking at least 8. Now we're taking 10. Man, if I get any... There we go. Got some removal now. So I'm gonna wait and until he see if he uses mana first. If he uses mana, then I will take out the growth chamber. Ouch, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Okay, hopefully he doesn't get more removal. He might play both of his Growth Chamber Guardians. I could use a Kai's Wrath right now. That I'm glad is in my deck. If I can find it, that'll be great. We will take here. I'm going to leave the breeding pool in my hand just so he thinks that I have removal. Okay. He could attack with all. I doubt it, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright. Yeah, definitely adapt this. And I believe I... take 2. I'm gonna gain the 4 life here. No pressure yet. We're matching up well with them right now. Okay. Creates another 4/4. Possibly 2 4/4s. My opponent does not have removal either, so that's good. Again, we're matching up well with him. I'd like to have seen 2 playable cards there, but I think I will do that. And I'm going to leave the Assassin's Trophy because if he plays Angrith, I want to have that. And if he gets removal, there's nothing we can really do. Yeah. We'll let him adapt. He has no more Growth Chamber Guardians. I'm worried about the Angrath here, because that can completely turn this game around. This is where Immortal Sun comes in very handy, because if I did not have Immortal Sun right now, this would be a completely different game right now. There's that. Because he could attack with all, but right now, my creature base is bigger than his creature base. So we're going to attack with just the Thorny. I wish Thorn was trample, because then it would force him to do things differently. this man. If he has Angrath, it's gonna hurt. Okay. No, I need more removal. Alright. I could Vraska's Contempt one of the gutter bones. I think I will. I think I will. He's got 2 more gutter bones. Jeez, oh Pete's. Maybe I contempt one of the contempted Pete's. He either got tired of waiting for me or he got frustrated, I don't know, but I'll take the win. I had to play deliberate and slow because I needed to make sure I was making the correct decisions. So we'll open a pack. Alright, guess we see more gems. Alright, back to it. Still trying to get to Mythic. I want to get to Mythic before War of the Sparks. Before next Thursday. That way I can do a little bit more I don't want to say goofing around, but deck testing and get to know the new expansion better, because if I'm still grinding to Mythic, it's going to make it very hard to deck test and get established with new expansion. Excuse me. Need a drink. Okay. We have we have land and we have we have playable cards, so we keep this. I'm facing Sultai mid-range again. Some type of an explore package. Oh man, why did I do that? I'm not sure why I did that. I meant to put the forest down there and put Thorny on the board. That was a huge mistake on my part. I don't know sometimes what I'm thinking. Everybody watching my stream is probably thinking, oh my god, this guy is the worst player ever. And you would be correct, but I've got to stand by. Let's see. Oh boy, what do I do here? I think I just have to notify the wild growth. That was such a huge error on my part. By not putting the force down and dropping Thorn, it really puts me behind. Alright, what do I do here? I need to gain life. So, I can use him, gain the 4 life, drop Temple Guardian, and hope I stay alive here. I need to get Lyra Dawnbringer on the board and hope that they don't get any removal. No blocks. Alright, I'm going to drop this. And I'm going to play Thorn. Incubation Druid. And again, hope that we don't see any removal from our opponent. Whew. Okay. If he has removal, he has removal. I'm going to adapt. Drop this. And throw on Thorn again. Okay, we have board presence now. We're going to slow him down. As long as we don't see Largo Walker, I'll be happy. And we drop this on the board. Let's see, I think he's got removal, and he's waiting to see what else I put on the board. I don't want to drop Lyra Dawnbringer until I see his hand develop. I'd like to get a duress right now. That would be nice. I'd love to see a duress. He might take one more hit. I think he's got a mana problem. I think he needs one more. I think he's got a Planeswalker. And why he didn't take it to life there, I have no idea. I just keep drawing land. Alright, so I am mana flooded. Which is not good. He's probably got Nissa on board. Which is not good for Lyra. I think he blocks here. No, it's gonna take. Okay. That is a good card for my opponent. He might attack with all here. So we're going to deal with this, and we're going to deal with this. Now I wish I would have put Lyra on the board sooner. Alright, this is the Tall Tale sign. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is why I needed removal. I cannot take... I've got to block with Thorn. And I did not get the removal. This is awful. Worst possible scenario. We are dead to water there. Okay. So we need to change the outcome of this. I think we still leave the Furies in. I think we leave the Duress in because he's going to put removal. We need the cast downs. I really don't think. Yeah, I'll leave the. So what do I take out? I think I take out Lyra. Seraph can be good. I put in the gates. I put in absorbs. I put in Immortal Sun, and I take the Fury out. And I think I take out the Incubation Druids. And I believe I take out Search for Skanta. So we're going to become a removal deck with some chump blockers. Do I need Chalet? I'm going to put the Kyra's Wrath, and I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take one of the Duress out. I'm gonna try it like this. Oh my god! I could have won that first game had I not kept drawing so many land. I have so much removal, and I did not draw but maybe 1 or 2 removal spells, which kills me. That should not have happened. Okay, I like this. I keep it. It's not the best hand in the world, but I got different land choices. Start with Overgrown Tomb. And I'm gonna drop the plains and get something on the board. Again with the no removal. This kills me. Well, we know our opponent has removal now. Here we go. I'm gonna take 2 life. I think I don't need any more life. I will block the J-White Ranger. I have no problem with that. I'm going to drop Seraph. Need to establish board presence. If I can get this Immortal Sun on the board before he gets a Planeswalker, that would be great. Ooh! Biogenic Ooze. I need removal in a bad way, and I did not get it. I need to find some flipping removal. This is a Biogenic Ooze deck. Thank God. Whew. That I had to have. Yep. I had a feeling that was coming. I'm surprised he didn't do that on the last time. Okay, he's going after. He wants the biogenic ooze again. Okay, well, then we will keep. Ah, I needed blue. God. Why? I have plenty of blue mana in this deck. Guess I'm going to drop Thorn. You know what? What shall I? Okay, I will see Biogenic Ooze here. So I will need removal. This second game in a row, I'm just dying for removal, and I have plenty of removal in this deck. I mean, it is a removal deck. I mean, it's mid-range. It's got creatures and removal in the main deck. And now I added counters, and now I can't find blue mana sources because I would have waited. Now we get another Biogenic Ooze. Oh, okay. And I get Thorns. Alright, well, I have to do this. I would have attacked with that. Hoping if I shift my deck around here. Yeah, I think I'd do the Thorn. I'd rather lose a Thorn to a chump block than a Growth Chamber Birding. I gotta do some damage here. In search of removal. That hurts. How did she grow? Put that card. Search a little bit further. Oh, that's right. She's an ooze. That's right. I need my Kaya's Wrath. Kaya's Wrath would be so beautiful here. Because I have to... I forgot Prime Speaker Bannifer isn't who's what? Oh, okay. It's understandable. Very nice. Another Wild Growth Walker. Oh wow, I got rid of it. Pool. Oh. Ow. Wow. Kaya's Wrath. Kaya's Wrath. I've got to have blockers. I wish I would have drawn my Kaya's Wrath. Because I would have liked to have held those two back after I wrathed. but I did not find it. This is just annoying when you cannot find things in your deck that you need. But, you know, I mean, it's Magic. Magic the Gathering 101. And you're always going to find what you need. Oh, boy. That's just add insult to injury right there, buddy. That's just add insult to injury. I would at least be attacking with my, I don't know. I guess it's just me. I can't find anything. Maybe if I thought of Razor, I can find something. See, I don't need that. I need removal. I imagine I'm going to get a huge assault here. Yep, there it goes. Because that's going to be game. I'm gonna try to withstand one turn in case I can draw the Wrath. Wow, another Primal Panic. Glad those are legendary. Ouch. Why not attack here? I don't get why you don't attack here. Because now I can do this. I mean, are you waiting for me to just give up? I don't know. I don't know why. Okay, let's see here. If he attacks now, I have 6 blockers. So I block that one, that one, that one, that one, and probably Jade Light Ranger. So he's going to do 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. He's got me dead to rights. So I'm just going to concede because he's playing with me. I should have just waited one more turn and hoped I got a Wrath. But I don't want to waste my time. I got bigger and better things to do. I am going to make one change. As much as I like Cry of the Carnarium, I'll leave Cry of the Carnarium. I think I'm going to drop a Cast Down. Drop one of those and add a second Kai's Wrath. I think it's very, very needed in this deck. I think I'm going to drop 1 Absorb and 1 Negate. And I'm going to put a second Moment of Craving in here. and a second Immortal Sun. And then in the main deck, obviously I just made this deck, so I'm still tweaking. I think I'm going to keep the second cast down here. I was going to put a Moment of Craving in here, but I think now that I was able to... as much as I want the Absorb and Negate in the deck, I need to make sure that my removal is on point. And without Erasure, Negate, Absorb, that's a good package for the sideboard against control. Along with the Mortal Sun. So yeah, I'm still tweaking. This is a new deck, so I'm still tweaking. So yeah, I think this is a little better. I wish I get the rest a little bit sooner sometimes, but yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's play this. Play this like it is. Check the sideboard again. Yep, 15, 60, 10. Play. I'm really high on this deck. I mean, it is a very, very strong deck. And I just, I need to find my curve. I need to find the correct amount of mana and the correct situation here for it. Yeah, so I've got a couple turn 2s, 3 turn 2s, 2 turn 3s. So if we find land here, we're looking pretty good. Going against somebody that spends their mana on their money on card sleeves. That's nice. Okay, which one would I rather see killed? I'd drop Thorn. It's a little harder to kill, but you know. Imagine I'll see Thought Eraser here. Oh wow, okay. I'll go through the incubation gate out. Still wondering if this is Dimir or Esper. I know it's Dimir. Oh, I wish I had a blue mana source. Would love to see my Grixis. Okay, so we're facing Grixis. We still have not found mana. And luckily he has not found Bolus. So, I'm not saying he's not going to find it soon, but right now all he has is removal, so. I don't have black, so there's not much I can do but attack. And he's gaining life. I mean, this is just, it's just debilitating when
Ever seen water
your opponent has 6 land and you have 2.
for my freedom?
8 turns and not 1 land. I mean, you just can't. You can't go up against that.
No fire, no steel.
Look at this. 9 turns. Let's see how important Thief is to him.
The fire's out.
Pretty important. Now he'll probably take my land from me that I'm finally going to get at on my 9th freaking turn. Another. This is sad. We have a really good hand here, and we can't use it because again we're not getting mana. And now he's gonna start stealing anything beneficial. Wow, he didn't take Lyra. Wow. He did not take Lyra there. I'm surprised. He took my search for Scanta. Wow. Okay.
Now hold that thought.
I still fucking 10 turns, and he hasn't even gotten rid. Look at this, no land. He's not gotten rid of one of my lands. How is this possible?
That didn't pan out.
I just, this is sickening about Magic the Gathering Arena. Sickening. I've got 25 land in this deck. How do I not find a land in 11
Every
turns?
problem has a solution. Let's start by taking you out of the equation.
No time for a break.
How am I still in this game? I don't know how I'm still in this game. I really don't. I mean, it's not like he's stealing my lands. It's not like he's throwing my lands in the graveyard. I just am not drawing any. Look at that. Okay, that was the first land. First time I had a land. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've had 3 lands in my top 26 cards. 3 land and 26 cards. Unless he is keeping a land here, I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it, but this is how I'm still in this. How I'm still in this. I'm just done. I'm so done with this. That is sick. That is sick. Absolutely sick. I'm taking the Fury out. What else? I take Lyra out. I put in the Thought Erasers. I really like that. I'd really like to put in the Duress is good. I think these are ridiculous. Wait. Maybe this instead. I'll leave 1 in. Okay, what else? What did I see? I'll throw in this. I think this is good. Now, can I have some land, please, this game? I mean, can we make it at least fair? I mean, I need this game to be at least somewhat fair. I mean, come on. Okay. We'll pay the 2 life to Thought Eraser. I think the search just got that. Do I want that? No. I don't even want that. That's late game. Which, it's not late, so I don't want that in my deck, because he's just going to remove it. I would just put this in here. Just for shits and giggles. I mean, he's going to Barasco it, or Thought Collapse, that's fine. Whatever. I'd rather have it blocked away. That's fine. What did I lose? Thought Collapse. No, that's fine. This out. That's not good. Mortal Sun's going. Still cannot find any of my counters. There we go. Yeah, I do have counter spells. Just haven't been able to find them. Okay, he will get rid of my Verasca's Contempt now. There goes both my Duresses. Oh, jeez. This deck is so frustrating in the fact that, you know, it's got such potential. And I'm losing to card draw.
Let's start by taking you out of the equation.
I am losing the card draw battle.
Hope we get something good.
Going up against a Super Friends deck. Well, Thought Collapse me, absorb me, whatever you want to do. Oh, okay. If I can get that on the board, that'll be sweet.
Want a peek? The weight is killing
I
me.
hope to God he didn't draw counter. Does he counter it? Okay, please, no counters. Yes. Okay. Now, if this stays on the board, I am good. He will kill it, but I'll still be able to... Nope, I won't. Okay. As long as he doesn't take the Immortal Sun off the board, we are so good right here. Oh, thank God. He didn't have any way to deal with artifacts. And that's why I play 4-color. Okay. I think I take out Knight of Autumn. I gotta leave it in. I gotta keep the Fury out. Oh shoot! Put this in. I might even throw those in and keep the duress. Keep that. Take this out. One of those out. All right, let's try this. All right. Okay, 1-1. Let's see if we can outlast our opponent. If we can draw like we did this last game, we're gonna be in better shape than we were the first game. I got black, I got white, I got green. Just missing blue, but that's okay, because I don't have any blue in my deck at this point. Alright, buy modify. Incubation Druid, possibly. Oh, Thought Eraser, okay. That's okay, I didn't have any blue mana, so. I think I don't worry too much about my life this time, because I think he's going to try to control me. He's obviously put the duress in. He's up to Thought Erasers. Can't do anything with that, brother. Don't have anything. Okay, now, there we go. There we go. I mean, I hate to use it here because I'm going to lose out. Actually, oh yeah, because that's going to I don't have enough land. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'll take one hit. I'll take one hit. I mean, I hate leaving Thief on the board here, but I needed to have something. If he takes one thing from me, hopefully it's not. Okay, I am going to drop this. I'm going to adapt, and then I'm going to attack with growth. And then I'm going to... Now, what did he draw? What did you take from me, big boy? Okay. Oh, jeez, that sucks. Okay.
You're just fuel for the fires of freedom. Your crew from
Oh, that
my
was
freedom.
actually not a very smart move on my opponent's part. Because now he's just left himself open for a kill. Now we're getting flooded.
The fire's out.
He doesn't protect
But
his
the embers
planeswalkers very
burn
well. Oh, that's very beautiful. I needed that Assassin's Trophy. And if he thought erasures, I'm just going to take out the Blood Crypt. I'm in really good shape here. Other than the fact that I don't have enough creatures on the board. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do about that. That negate is... I wish I had that negate on the last turn. That would have been game. Oh, jeez. Now I'm getting all the removal I need and no creatures. Last game I was getting creatures and no removal, so I'm gonna get it. Does he seriously have my reserve? Okay.
Hear me, monsters. I've weathered tougher storms. No fire, no steel.
Do not want to see another Planeswalker here. I'm so mana flooded on every game. Let's see what I get. Let's do this first. Counter. Ouch. Okay, I get one more Immortal Sun. And there it is. Did he draw counter magic? I've only seen one Thought Collapse. Shit. I'm gonna take the chance. Yes! He's probably got a Bedevil in hand though. I wish I'd have had... Yeah, he's got a Bedevil. Okay, he's got a Bedevil. Nope, okay. That's actually good. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Ha! Oh, you didn't take the immortal sun out? What is wrong with you? That was just... I'm sorry, opponent. I got all the love in the world for people, but that was absolutely ridiculous play. I would have completely taken out... I would have taken out the immortal sun. Yeah, I'm like baffled. I mean, yeah, I take out Lyra too, but he must have just drawn. He had to have just drawn that card, and he just made a preemptive decision to take out Lyra. Because if he would have had that card when I put the immortal sun on the board, I don't see how he didn't take it out. I mean that's why you sideboard in the Bedevil to take out artifacts and planeswalkers. So, wow. Okay, well we'll take the win. That was beautiful because I really got hammered game 1. So to come in 2 out of 3 and lose the first game means that this deck is definitely very, very strong in the sideboard. So, okay, I got like about 45 more minutes before I can shut down the live stream. So, I think I will keep going. See what happens. Keep trying to grind towards Mythic because I need to get to Mythic before the new expansion comes out next Thursday. So that I can do some deck testing and learn the new expansion. I just do not want to be behind the new expansion here, trying to grind to Mythic. Yeah, this is good. Not what I wanted to put on the board. I made an error here. I clicked wrong. I was trying to just put that there and draw the... so I will do this. I wanted the Overgrown Tomb first. Vampires, maybe? Yeah. Taking vampires here. So I have not went up against vampires with this deck yet. So yeah, I'd like to see how this how this goes. Just in case he's got enchantments, I'm not gonna put anything else on the board yet. Yep, okay. Good. I don't know enough about his deck to do anything else yet. So I'm just going to play it safe here and just be patient. I think it's safe to put Growth Chamber. If I lose it, it's not super horrible. I have a feeling maybe maybe this is Esper and he just doesn't have the shock lands or something. Maybe he's new and he put in Forsaken. I saw Forsaken Sanctuary and I honestly just immediately thought I gotta go mute here.
Let's slow this down. This is hardly my worst defeat. You know what? I'm not done yet.
I forgot I had my speaker muted there. I apologize. My Blue Yeti was muted from my phone call, and I had forgotten that it was still mute. So obviously there's going to be a long portion that I'm talking, and you're not hearing anything that I'm saying. And so it is on now. Hopefully you can hear me well. Okay, now I got. I said a lot of things there that I really wanted my viewers to hear, so unfortunately you didn't get to hear them. I will go green, white, green, blue, black. Take action. And no, stop there. Sorry about that, Gooch. I'm usually not quiet, am I? Yeah, man, I don't know. I muted because I got a phone call from my fiance. She goes to lunch every day, you know that, but other viewers don't. But yeah, I mean, I biffed, I derped. I didn't realize that I had it's still muted. So anyway, my bad. Oh, mind rot. Discards 2 cards. Ouch. Well, this is tough. I would like to keep my Growth Chamber Guardian, but at the same time, I need my removal. And I've got a creature on the board. So I've got more creatures in my deck than I do removal. Oh, that's perfect. I'll go with the green, white, and I think blue here. Drop this. +1/+1. End. Yeah, I derped. I forgot that I had that thing on mute. That sucked. I got Badazz compact. This deck is all. I mean, I don't want to say it's like mine because it's not, but. Alright, he didn't have removal. Alright, beautiful. Now, I think I add in the Thought Erasers, the Negates, the Absorbs, Moment of Craving. I think I keep in my Laras. I didn't see enchantments. Being a white-black deck, I thought I would see more Ixalan bindings and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave Knight of Autumn in because he could eventually put those in. I didn't see... I'm going to take the Assassin's Trophy out because I didn't see any Planeswalkers. I like the Thorns over the Growth Chamber Guardian. I mean, I think I get rid of the Incubation Druids. And, shit. What do I get rid of? I think I get rid of 1 Duress. I think I'm going to get rid of 1 Teferi. Alright, I got to hurry here. 1 Knight of Autumn and 1 Thorn. Okay, this is good. Mr. On Bars, welcome back, my brother. Sorry I haven't been able to get to your live streams. The timing doesn't work out. I don't do anything on the weekends because I'm with my family, but so I know you're on Friday nights and stuff like that, and I can't make it. And then I've been driving. I've noticed that you've come on a few times while I was driving, and obviously I can't watch you while I'm driving. So, but yeah, man, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, growth chamber. I'm assuming he takes growth chamber here. Eventful stream last. Oh, that's good. I was randomly rated and got a bunch of followers. Wow, that's cool. That's why they picked me. Just totally random, I guess. Wow. Hey, we'll take him, right? The more the better. I'm gonna pay the 2 life here. I need to get board presence. Heck yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. Any support you can get is better. It's good. But hopefully you checked out Restream.io. Being able to stream to both Twitch and YouTube Live at the same time is really really good. I hate to keep doing that, but I gotta establish some kind of board presence. I got to keep trying to pull his. He's put a ton of removal back in his to his deck, but we can outlast it. I'd love to see one more mana here. Okay, I can take care of that. All right, we'll just cast down that and attack. I need mana. This weekend, going to put in some hours doing work on overlay, make the mic sound professional, maybe some graphics, and multi-stream. Yeah, thanks, man. I hit diamond. Mythic here would come. Yes, I am. I want to hit it before the new expansion comes out, because obviously I want to deck test, and I'd love to be on Mythic to deck test and work through bugs and learn the new expansion and all that. I don't want to be grinding, you know. Oh yeah, I've already got the pre-order. Wow, that was a waste of a Cleansing Nova as far as I'm concerned. Finally, I get some land. I'd like it to be blue though. I need blue mana here. I don't want to take any more hits. Oh, jeez. Well, that makes that easy. Since I don't have any blue mana, we'll just do that. And then I get blue mana. Okay. I'd love to get Lyra on the board, but I think first I put this on the board. I don't know why I just took 2 damage. That was stupid. Because I think he still has removal. He hasn't been playing these 2 cards. So they're either removal or counters or dead. There it is. All right. Well, we will be. First, I'm going to attack, because if he blocks with Lyra. Oh, wait a second. No, I don't. It is first strike. So Death Touch doesn't help me. But yeah, I got the pre-order, so I got 50 packs already waiting for me on the 25th. So April 25th, man, I'm going to be opening packs for probably an hour. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Same, got that pre-order and then 50K in gold saved up for what or whatever. Can't wait. Plus going to the in-store event. All right, take the damage. And me and the girlfriend bought 2 booster boxes. Oh, nice. All right, I need removal. Help me out here. Do you guys know whether or not if I death touch the Seraph of the Scales, it doesn't help me, right? Because Lyra Dawnbringer is first strike, so her first strike negates the death touch. Am I correct? Yeah, say hello to my main man Gooch, Mr. Armbars. Gooch, you're welcome. He does streaming in the evenings. It wouldn't do damage to Lyra. That's right. Okay. That's what I thought. So I need removal. If I don't get in removal here, it's game over. And we go into game 3. Yep. Okay. Yeah, because I can't do enough damage to do... I can't hurt him. I took him down to 8, though. That was fun. Yeah, my main man, Gooch. This is my first follower. Gucci Sandals, Mr. Armbars. He's my first follower. He'll always be my main man, Gooch. Gucci, you're more than welcome. Mr. Armbars has got streams in the evening. So Mr. Underscore Armbars. You're welcome to follow him too. He does more on the weekends. I don't. So I you know, if you want to follow him and help him and support him, that's cool with me. Let's see. What did we see that we're scared of? I think we need to put this removal back in. I think we take the Knight of Autumn out because it's not really doing me any good. I'd love to have seen Teferi on that last game, but I didn't. So I think I'd take another Thorny out. And I think I put another Teferi in. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, man, I'm all about supporting other streamers, man. I think we're in a group together. We need to support each other, help each other grow. Everybody has a right. I mean, everybody does things differently. So just because I'm a big fan of Mega Mogwai doesn't mean I don't watch other streamers because they bring a different perspective. And it's good to have more than one perspective, especially for a game that's so diverse as MTG, because I might be a guy that likes to play a lot of control, and you might be a guy that likes to play a lot of aggro decks, and so you need to have that diversification between streamers so you can get a view of everything. I think I keep this. Last night I was doing Assassin's Creed Unity, went to explore Notre Dame building. I was the #1 streamer in that category last night. Was so stoked about it. I didn't sleep until like 3. That's cool, man. Yeah, I don't play any other games either. So if you're into other games, Mr. Armbars plays other games. So I am specific to Magic the Gathering Arena. This is the game I play. It's my passion, so this is all I do. I'm going to go ahead and pay the 2 life. I need to see what he's got. Nothing. Okay. Wow, he's down to 4 cards, and he kept that. He's got 2 black, and I should be in great shape here. But I got to pay. I got to get some board presents. I want to start. I need to find mana. Yeah, he can mulligan way down, yeah. And he's only got, that's his mana. You know, 2 taps. But he's starting to gain card advantage here on me. If he starts finding white, I'm in trouble. Okay. He could have removal. So I attack first. I need advantage on the card, so I'm gonna put the Stomper down. I want that in my hand, but I need land to be able to use it. So graveyard. All right. We'll just keep attacking. Yeah, I think I just wait. I can always adapt on his turn. Yeah, no problem, buddy. I've got 10 more minutes and I'm going off stream anyway, so if you don't get back, that's fine. I understand. Alright, take away Seraph, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, you too, brother. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate the support. I don't think I have one more. Okay. Do I want that? No. All right. We came back 0-1, and we came back and won. This deck sideboards so well. I mean, he beat me game 1. I mean, he got mana screwed, so man, he mulliganed down to 4. That hurt him. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Thank you for your support. It's still trying to grow. You can see me on Twitch and YouTube Live from 12:30 to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Reach me at Twitter at Badazz77 You can send me an email, Badazz77 MtGArena at yahoo.com. Thanks, and hope everybody has a nice day, and I will see you again tomorrow at about 12:30. Thanks, and it's time to go make a video. So